Welcome to today's testing new makeup video. I have a ton of new stuff, so hopefully I'm going to keep this intro short and sweet. There is a ton of new releases lately, you guys, but I have accumulation of things, so I want to put it all on my face. Let me tell you guys what I picked up and what we're going to try out today. Give Beauty launched her cream contour and powder bronzer duo. She also had a highlighter that came out. I didn't pick up the highlighter. Makeup by Mario had his Soft Pop Plumping blush veils. He launched 6 shades, but I picked up 2 of the shades. And then Saie also launched their cream blush. This is the Glow Sculpt multi-use cream highlighting blush, so it does have like a radiant finish, and I think they also had 6 shades in this as well. LYS released a new mascara. Lunar Beauty came out with some new lip products. I picked up one of the lipsticks and one of the matching lip liners. Oh, and while I was on the site, I also picked up a lip oil. So I thought maybe if it's a matte formula, we can top the lipstick with the lip oil. Make had dropped, and this is probably the oldest release here, their Cream Supreme High Impact Lipsticks. I've been seeing these all over TikTok. I've been seeing these all over, I don't know, all over the place. And I really wanted to get my hands on them. When they got here, they actually look like pretty similar shades, but oh well, we're gonna try it. And also for eyes, I picked up the Jewel and Gems eyeshadow palette from oden'seye from their Jords collection. This color story just spoke to me a little bit more, so I think I'll just do one look today and not 2 looks out of this palette, but I'll probably do another look on my channel, so stay tuned if you're interested in seeing a different look with this palette. I also picked up, this was a total splurge item, one of the Tom Ford lip balms. This is from their Soleil de Fou summer collection, so this is a limited edition. They had 2 balms. I only picked up 1. That's it for the intro. That's what we're gonna do today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let's get started. So I definitely wanna put the balm on first. I actually think this one has a little bit of pigment. It's called the Spark Lip Balm. You guys, this was a total splurge. This retails for $60. I thought about buying the whole collection. No, Carrie, don't do it. I did already kind of like open the packaging, so I got a little bit of fingerprints on it. This just looks so beautiful. I had to get it. It's sparkly and delightful. They had a gold one, but I didn't get the gold one. I figured if this one had a little bit of pigmentation, I might be able to like wear it on an everyday basis. I don't know that it has like sparkles that really translate. Nothing that really translates to the lips. It is a really pretty shade and a very comfortable formula. 60 bucks. It's a really nice like luxe packaging, like don't get me wrong, but Tom Ford usually does these and then I always miss out on them, so I didn't want to miss out this time. This whole collection was like comprised of 2 lip balms. I think it came with 2 different highlighters and then a perfume. If I'm not mistaken, that was the whole collection, and I think it retailed for $2.95. I'm gonna keep the lip balm on as we go. I think we're gonna jump into the palette, and I'm pretty sure I know which look I want to do, but I do want to swatch the shimmer shade. So here's the color story on this. It is a 15 pan palette. 7 of the shadows are shimmers. I actually really like the pricing of oden'seye. Oden'seye palette like retails $35.90 is what I think it retails for US dollars. So for comparison, this Saie Glow Sculpt retails for $32. The Makeup by Mario cream blush retails for $30, whereas this whole palette is $35.90. So it's a pretty decent price point, honestly. And I think this color story is really beautiful. This is a cool tone palette, and if you've heard me say like I'm just not into cool tones, I'm trying to love them, you guys. I really am. I'm started swatching some of the shimmers. I might take one of these 2 shimmers and then this one in the inner corner. That one is like a duochrome, but it is like a topper shade, or you know, it's just on the thinner side. And so is that purple one I swatched, but I think pairing these 2 together will be really nice. But I'm also tempted to dip into this purple. Wow, none of these are chunky. They're all really, at least the 3 that I've just dipped into, they're all much lighter shimmer shades, lighter duochromes. Let's take this one called, I think it's called High. Yeah, it also feels kind of like a topper. That's interesting. Oh, here's one that's on the like thicker side. This one is like the blue, like the deep kind of, I don't know, gunmetal shade. That one has a lot more pigment, not as duochromy, although it has like kind of a maroonish undertone. Now that I'm swatching this one, the one in Gorgeousness, this one looks really beautiful too. I don't know if it would go with today's eye look. I think I want to stay with these 3 color shimmers with the mattes that I'm going to pair it with. This is not swatching the greatest. Some of these are really hard pressed, honestly. So I'm hoping that I get good pigmentation out of it. Let's do Elatedness. This looks like a more chunky, nope, it's also, look, it's like on the lighter side. That one has quite a bit of just sparkles to it. Wow, not what I was expecting. On the lighter side for sure with these shimmers. Oh well, I think I'm still gonna do the same look. I'm gonna pull this one, like I said, all over, this in the crease. I'm probably gonna deepen with this one, and then I will just pick what shimmer just kind of comes to mind. So I will zoom you guys in, and I'm gonna speed through the application of the eyeshadow. Okay, so there was a little bit of faking it till I made it with that palette. I wasn't in love with like these two shades paired together. The matte formula was on the powdery side. They all blended nicely. Like I was able to build it up kind of like the way that I normally would. I hope I made like a cohesive look. I kind of felt like I was struggling slightly. The shimmers though, they really, really impressed me. They were the highlight of the show. Those two duochromes are pretty spectacular, I think. But these are cool tone shadows. And if you've ever heard me talk about cool tone shadows, I always struggle a little with cool tones and trying not to get them to like look patchy on me. I think it came out nice. It's just not exactly what I had envisioned when I originally started the eye. But I'll take back what I said about the shimmers maybe being a little disappointing. I think those are those are my favorite thing. And I still feel like right here I'm getting a little bit of patchiness issue. I'm gonna go into my Moira Cosmetics Statement Gel Liner. And this one is in, I think, Royal Blue. Is that what I want to do? No. I'm gonna go into my Make Beauty. This one is in Otherworld. It's like a gold shade. I think that's kind of what I want to go for. It'll brighten, but it doesn't add too much color. I'm not even sure that's really what I wanted. This shade almost comes out a little bit warm, like a little bit orange. I have used this liner before. It's like not even coming off. And I think Make Beauty does a really good job on all of their products. I just think this one is definitely on the warmer side. We have the new mascara to try on. So this one says it's a curling, lengthening, and voluming mascara from LYS. It's called the Lash Confidence. Whoa, this is a honkin' mascara, you guys. Look how thick it is. It's in their normal packaging, but man, they did not spare really any space. It takes up this whole box. That's really interesting. It's lightweight though, it's not super heavy. Here's the wand, it's really curved. I don't think I've ever seen a wand this curved ever. Woo! Let's go in for the first coat on this. It's pretty wet formula. I already got it like down here for a second, but this wand is like trippy because it like comes out and you're like, oh, you know, oh God, it picks up a ton of product. Oopsie daisy. I don't know, that was a lot, you guys. And I did not curl my lashes. I always forget to curl my lashes. Well, that is one coat. Whoa, boy, you guys, I think this is a really pigmented formula. It's also very, very goopy. I really do think you're gonna wanna like wipe this wand off before going in, but it picks up a ton of product, very wet formula. That was one coat. I'll see what 2 coats looks like. I think I'm just gonna go in for a pretty light layer on like the second coat. I would say that it's a pretty curling mascara, and because it's so wet and pigmented, it does give you good length, but it also gives good volume. I'm actually gonna try the lower lashes with this right now. Oh, I'm so scared. This wand is trippy. I already made a mess. This wand is too goopy for the lower lashes for me. I am too scared to go in any more than that, honestly, because I don't know if you guys can see it on the wand, but it makes a hot mess. You really do have to wipe this sucker off, like pretty much everywhere, all the way around. And it's even picking it up like on the plastic piece a little bit. Yeah, it's making a pretty decent mess, I gotta say. And this triangle actually kind of makes it a little bit tricky to like hold, because you're like turning it when you're kind of switching your hands, like when you're going into a different direction, and you really got to adjust your fingers to make sure it is on this top like really well. I feel like every time I turn my hand to go to my left eye, because I'm right-handed, that I'm gonna slip and like hit myself. I do not like this wand. I do not like this top, the handle. Okay. I love it for the upper lashes. I do not like it for the lower lashes. It's more volumizing than it is lengthening. It is a super wet formula. If you guys are not into a wet formula, probably skip this. I haven't actually been like a critic of a mascara or had so many thoughts on a mascara recently, I feel like, than I do this one. It is chunky. Like, it does give good volume, but it's chunky chunk city. I feel like some of these lashes were really sticking together though, because it was just kind of on the clumpier side. I don't know about this mascara. I don't know about it, you guys. I don't know. It's a little bit weird, a little bit hard to hold. That's kind of all I have to say about it right now. But let us move on into this blush. Oh my God, my eyelashes just stuck together. Oh my goodness. All right, let's move on. Actually, no, not the blush. Let's move on into the Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo from Give Beauty. I got mine in the shade Heatin Up, which is the fairest or lightest shade that there is. I like this packaging. It's like a glossed top, but it's like paper on the inside. It's okay. It's pretty, but you know, you can tell it's like cardboard in there. Here's the inside. I definitely want to use both. I just swatched the cream contour and it's really slippy. Very emollient. I don't know if you guys can tell that on the swatch, but it is super duper slippy. It's a beautiful shade though. It's nice and neutral. Let's sculpt with this. I'm just dipping into the product. I think it has a radiant finish. I do not think it is a cream to powder formula. I know that it's super slippy, but I have to say, even with the slight radiance, I don't think that it's an overly sticky product. Let's go into this lighter shade and we'll just kind of top it, I think. We'll just set it with the powder, which is a nice option. I thought this would be too light of a shade, but I actually think it has pretty decent pigmentation, like once you get it onto the cheeks and the forehead. You know what I was just thinking? I forgot to like really judge the tone of this for a sculpting product, for a cream contour and powder bronzer duo. I think they did a really good job. I wouldn't say this is fully neutral in the contour shade necessarily, and this one doesn't have a whole lot of warmth for being a powder bronzer, but overall the shade is actually really nice. I actually take that back. I think when I started to apply the powder on the cheeks, I saw a little bit of warmth happen, especially on the forehead. But on the swatch, it's not necessarily super warm. But overall, the tone on this is really good. Now let's go into the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veils from Makeup by Mario. So this one is in Barely Blushing, and then I got one that's in Just Peachy. So I did tell you guys these retailed for $30 a piece. They did come in 6 different shades. And the plumping is supposed to be just from like its radiant natural finish, not that it's like a plumping formula in and of itself. This feels just like the Transforming Soft Sculpt Skin Enhancer, like the cream bronzer. It feels identical to that. It's really emollient, but look how light it is. Wow. I'm going back in just to kind of see. It's extremely, extremely light. Let's apply this. I'm gonna bounce my brush into it. Oh, you get good pigment though. Especially with this brush. This is one of my favorite brushes to apply cream blushes because it picks up so much product and it really helps me stamp it into my cheeks with a big, large area. Lot of radiance on this, you guys. Lot of radiance. I guess my cheeks do look plumper. Do you see? I think it does look plumper. I'm not gonna lie. That radiance hits it in just the right spot that I feel like it does look plumper. It is very pretty, but it's a stickier product. It's more sheer. I don't know how much pigment you're gonna get out of this. It's still a really good formula. No, it's buildable. It's definitely buildable. Man, that radiance is kicking. That's pretty. Ooh, I am not gonna lie, you guys. I was not expecting to like that one this much. Let's go on the other side to Just Peachy. You guys, that is an extremely vibrant shade. I don't know if it's translating that way on camera. This is the most emollient, slippy thing ever. This one looks like it has more pigmentation though. I'm gonna switch brushes, but I'm still gonna take the brush and just dip it straight into the product. It's not as dense or as big. That one is so much more pigmented. Oh shoot. I'm just gonna say it, oh shit. Wow, they're not all the same pigmentation. As you can see, this one has a ton more pigment. God, it really does make my cheeks look more plump, doesn't it? That's crazy pigmented. This is a really cool formula. I'm actually glad I got 2 shades. I did just the 2 shades so that I could try them on camera, but now I like the formula so much I'm glad that I picked them up. I actually really like this shade though, in Barely Blushing. It's really pretty, kind of mauve, kind of muted color. Okay, I took off this side, even though I just said that it was my favorite shade above the 2. I just looked at the shade that I had in the Glow Sculpt from Saie, and it's a peachy shade. This is in Peachglow. Although this retails for $32, which is more than the Makeup by Mario, this is a refillable compact, so you can pop it out in the back. So that's why I left this one on this side, is just because I think the shades are gonna match a little bit better. If you guys can see like the imprint in here, this looks very, very similar to the Armani Neo Nude finish, that really cream to powder formula, but that's kind of the same like texture that it has. I couldn't even finish my sentence. Do you guys just see how vibrant this is? I hope this is translating. It's another extremely emollient formula. Extremely, extremely. But it has almost like a metallic finish to it. I don't know if you guys can see that. All right, I'm going in with a different brush. I'm just gonna dip straight into the product. I think I'm gonna bounce it off in the back of my hand because it's, I don't know, it's quite pigmented. and see if I can't like maybe diffuse some of this color out just slightly. This peach is very neon. This is a situation where I've done my eye look and now I don't match my blush. This one isn't like the natural glow that the Makeup by Mario one is. It's almost like metallic. Is that the way that it's translating to you guys? And I expected this one because Saie products are much glowier. I think in general, I expected this one to be more dewy. It is not, you guys. It is fully dried down. Fully dried down. And of course, some of that emollients is going to be kind of soaked up with the brush. But whereas this one is still tacky and this one is completely dry. It's metallic though. It's not like a radiant natural finish. I feel like I look like a freaking clown. I like it. I like the formula. I just don't know if I like the finish. I almost think I like the formula on this one better, but like the finish less. And also my freaking lashes keep sticking together, like with the bottom ones. You guys, I think I'm gonna stay with the Lunar Beauty Lip. I'm gonna end with that one. So I do wanna go into these Make Beauty Cream Supreme High Impact Lipsticks. I did go ahead and take them out. Oh, they seemed like such similar shades when I was looking at the box, and so I did swatch these already. They are very, very similar. I suck at buying lip products online. I don't know what it is. I usually get a shade that doesn't look good on me. I see people with these beautiful, beautiful shades, and for whatever reason, I don't get them. I don't know why I don't. So let's go into the Equilibrium one first. By the way, you guys, Make Beauty packaging is so, so amazing. Here is the lip product. Here is Equilibrium. I think this one is the deeper one of the two. On the swatch, it seems like a really opaque, very pigmented formula. It makes it so easy in this like bullet, this circle bullet, to get such a precise line. It's kind of fun. I don't know if it looks as dark on my lips as it does on the swatch. It's really beautiful. It has like a nice shine. It's not a smoothing formula. Like if you guys can see my lip lines, it's there, but it's comfortable and it's creamy and it's opaque. I don't know that there is a Make Beauty product that I have disliked. Maybe the foundation, because it's just not enough coverage for me, but every other Make Beauty product, I just think that they do a really good job. And also, their founder and CEO's name is also Carrie, so, you know. Let's go into the one that's called Supernova. What is the shelf life on this? They're 24 months, and these are, you guys, made in Italy. Okay, I was wrong. That was the lighter shade. Supernova is the deeper one. I have to say, Carrie has done an extremely good job, like, with this kind of rebrand. I wouldn't say it's a rebrand necessarily, but Make Beauty, I think, really has put themselves on the map recently. Okay, I got carried away on that one. I was going crazy with my lip lines and I totally got outside the lines. Let's ignore that and let's just look at the shade. It's really pretty. It obviously doesn't match what I'm wearing, but formula is really, really good. Let's go into the Lunar Beauty one now. I'm gonna be totally honest. I actually thought that these ones from Make were gonna be higher shine than that. So I think they're more like just a really pigmented kind of cream formula. I like the applicator, but not as high shine as I thought. The shade that I got in the lip liner from Lunar and the lip product, they're both the same. They were in Milk Tea. I did end up swatching this. It is a sharpenable pencil and it's more in a brown shade. And I was so disappointed in myself because again, I cannot buy lip products online. I do such a bad job. There is something about when I'm looking at a shade, or it's just different than what it looks like when it gets to me. Like this must have looked more mauve or something. Wow, it is so creamy. I'm like losing the tip of this pencil fast. Yeah, it's like almost gone already. That's kind of a bummer. But this packaging, this lip product, so here's the little button that you depress, and at the bottom pops out the bullet. He did a really good job, like Lunar Beauty. He went all out on this for sure. Here's the bullet, you guys. I don't know what it takes to make an ornate bullet like this. Whatever it was, like it was a lot of work that went into it, okay? The die cast for this, it's like, oh, it's so ornate, so detailed. Wow. I'm pretty sure this is a matte formula. Oh no, it's like a satin. See how much I pay attention when I'm buying things? It's a really, really drying formula. So I'm thrilled that I picked up the lip oil. The lip oil is in Expose Me. Do you guys see how drying it is on my lips? It's creamy. It's just a satin finish. And I've tried his glosses, but I've never tried his lip oil formula. Just as good as his glosses. Thick and smooth. That is the thickest and smoothest lip oil that I think I have in my whole collection. And I would know, I just swatched every one of them like 2 weeks ago. You guys see how thick it is? It's so thick. It's thick and juicy. This is really good. I hate the shade of the lip liner and lipstick. I hate it. I hate it. It doesn't look good on me. But he did a good job. It's not as though these shades are identical. Like the lip liner is definitely darker than the bullet itself, and so it complements the lipstick. I just don't think it looks good on me. It definitely doesn't look good with this eye look. Just know if you have drier lips, that lipstick's on the drier side for sure. So final wrap up on everything. The eyeshadow palette, the shimmers were better than the mattes. The mattes just seemed more powdery than I think what I'm used to from oden'seye. Of course, I only tried 3 or 4. It's still really, really good. They all blended nicely. I think the eye look came out fun and cool. I didn't match anything together. The price point is just good. Like, I don't want to miss any oden'seye shadows or launches, because there's something in here that's usually good, and for the price point it is so worth it in my opinion. Splurge if you want to. Cool packaging, cool bullet, not a necessary item in your life, I'm certain of it. I feel like these were the highlight for me. They were just so plumping and so natural looking and so buildable, and I didn't even care that they set down eventually. This is not tacky anymore. It's not like transferring. It's a perfect lit from within glow. The one from Saie is metallic. Metallic. If you guys like metallic, you'll like this. It's not at all what I expected. I still think these are the highlight of the show, honestly. I think the Sculpt is really good from Give Beauty. I was impressed with the shade, and that's usually what I'm looking for. Formula was also really, really good. I had powdered my face, so it didn't lift up anything, but the shade is usually where I'm judging. These ones from Make wanted them to be more high shine, but I do like them. I'm slightly disappointed in the formula, just a little bit. Lip liner is extra creamy. This super matte and super drying. The lip oil, like, go buy 7 of these if you like lip oils. This is juicy and thick, super high shine, so comfortable. Finally, I think that's the final product here, was the Lash Confidence from LYS. I don't know, you guys. I don't know if I'm sold on this entirely. It's so chunky. It's so chunky. It gives good volume. I'm not gonna say that it doesn't. This one was sticking. Like, the whole time I was putting on makeup, it was just like sticking to the bottom lash, and I kept having to like, oh, get off of there. I think it is curling. I think it does give good length, but you have to understand this is a curly, super messy, super wet wand. I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on this. I'll give my feedback, I'm sure, in speed reviews. I'll try and incorporate this in another video upcoming and continue to just test it out so I can give kind of updated thoughts. That was everything, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I crammed a lot in here, but if you were interested in any of these new releases, I hoped that this video helped you. If you're not a current subscriber, I hope you guys consider subscribing. I'm out of here for this evening, you guys, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.